Welcome back to Whole View Farm. I know I just put a video up. It usually doesn't work too well to do two in a row, views wise, but that's okay. I'm up here on the 26. This is 26 acres of cropland. It was cropland. We converted it to pasture 5 years ago, and we've been grazing it. And I am so proud of this. We got big blue stem coming on here. I'm trying to zoom in and show you the bobolinks. We've seen at least 3 pairs, and boy, I'm staring at one and I'm not sure if it's showing up on camera or not. Let me think. Looks so different on the camera. Anyhow, we've been staying off of this field. We've had the good fortune to be able to graze our neighbor's property, and oh, there he is. Yeah, that's a male bobolink. And we've got females around too, and I've seen at least 3 at once, and they're hanging out right in this area. There's probably more in this field, but this is the drive lane we've got here. I try not to drive over too much of our grass. We have sort of established areas, and boy, the compaction sure is different on the drive lane versus off of it. Oh, there goes the female. Okay. Yeah, they're yelling at me. But yeah, it's a member of the lark family, and it's a grassland bird that's having some trouble and needs some habitat. And I'm so grateful that we have this opportunity to grow this grass and provide that habitat. We're not going to graze this until probably mid-July, I think. What we're going to do is we're going to take our 6 or 7 cattle, 7 if we get our new calf. Although 2 are going into process, so we'll be down to 5 by then. But then we're going to bring in probably 15 to 20 additional head from a friend's farm and custom graze them along with his bull, which will be great because then we get our cows and heifers exposed. And this will be what we're starting on. So I want to let it get real tall. It hasn't got a lot of height this year, I think, because of the temperature, but it's definitely thickening up through the years and through the grazing. But I'd like to experiment with some high density stuff. So as our labor capacity allows, I'd like to try and keep them tight, maybe do multiple moves a day, really, grow as much biomass as we can this spring and summer, and then get the cattle to lay it flat and feed the soil. So yeah, sorry, it's probably a boring video just looking at this field, but I was excited about the bobolinks. This is the first time we've seen them, and it's very vindicating, saying, hey, you're doing something right here. The microbes are in good shape, and that's feeding the insects, and that's feeding the birds, and that whole web of life is starting to bloom. I don't think it's really popped yet. I think we give it a couple more years, and we'll really see some dramatic shifts, especially with this high impact, high density disruption we're planning. But yeah, very, very happy with how this field's come together. We didn't know what we were doing. We came up with our own mix of grasses and forbs and legumes, and tried to make it very diverse. We had a neighbor plant them for us along with some oats, as the guy who was leasing the field before we purchased the property. And he wanted to plant oats, and he said he could put our grasses in at the same time, and that actually worked really well for us, although a storm came in and laid most of his oats down, so he didn't end up combining. He ended up just baling everything, which worked out fine for us, and we actually bought some of those bales from him and fed our sheep pretty well on it. I think he was a little disappointed, but it was an effective strategy for getting this grass started, and it's really the grazing, I think, that has helped it flourish and diversify. We did initially have pockets where had a bunch of chicory in one spot and a bunch of plantains in another because it just didn't get mixed evenly in the seeding process. But boy, it didn't matter. I mean, you get the animals, ruminants, hoof impact, grazing, rest periods. It's all coming together, and the pasture is fixing itself, and I am really excited about that. So, well, here comes a helicopter. We got, oh wow, I wonder what that's about. Looks like they're maybe surveying these power lines behind us. We got some high tension lines. It might get bigger. There's a plan to turn those 70-foot tall towers into 200-foot tall towers, and I'm not very excited about that plan. It is in our view shed, and it's going to impact my neighbors. They're looking to lose potentially an extra 150-foot wide strip of land. It's currently a 100-foot wide easement, and they want to turn it into a 250. So I guess it's my fault for uploading videos to YouTube and furthering the demand for more and more data centers and more power, more and more consumption. But, well, it's nice to be able to stay in touch anyway. So hoping that plan doesn't happen, but yeah, seems like an uphill battle, so we'll see what comes. Anyhow, regardless of the power lines, we'll still be here growing grass, and grateful for the opportunity to do so. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.